I took on PRS and everybody got mad. This is IkeGuitar. Let's talk about it. Guys, what is going on? IkeGuitar here. Hope you guys are doing well today. So a couple of weeks ago, I released a video pretty much denouncing a PRS guitar that everyone was fawning over. This was the PRS SE Hollowbody 2 Piezo guitar that PRS had released a couple of weeks ago. This video is one of my most hated videos on the internet. It's gotten tons of downvotes. Everyone seems to get all uptight and angry about it, and I just want to talk about the experience and what it means for the rest of you guys. If you think that's all the vitriol I can churn up, you guys are kidding yourselves. I've got tons of opinions. Well, some you want to hear, some you don't. But definitely subscribe, because without you guys, I can't keep making videos. So first off, the biggest reason I wasn't a big fan of the PRS guitar is the price. I mean, that is one of the biggest things stopping anybody from buying a guitar in general. But specifically, this PRS guitar was boasting a $1,500 price point for this Chinese-made instrument. And that's the hook with Chinese guitars. They're meant to be entry-level guitars, some medium-range style guitars, but generally around the $100 to $400 price range. And that's not unreasonable for an imported instrument, but because China makes cheaper guitars, a lot of manufacturers have moved their imported manufacturing over to China. There was a time when PRS did use Taiwanese plants. They use Korean plants. I'm sure they have Korean plants making most of their guitars right now, but this particular guitar is made in China. And that is the real big issue with this PRS guitar. I'm not saying that PRS can't use Chinese manufacturing, but the fact that this price point of this PRS guitar is so astronomical comparatively to other brands in the market, I'm just kind of skeptical about what it offers here. Now, in contrast, the actual core model of this guitar costs around $4,000 to $5,000. So for a lot of people wanting to get in that market of the Hollowbody 2 Piezo world, this could be a great entry level for them. For me, I'm not a big fan. $1,500 is far too expensive for this kind of instrument. One of the other critical comments that I got from users was that, a lot of people didn't think that stainless steel was a really big point to kind of dwell on. And I get that. I'm a big fan of stainless steel for good reason. I think in comparison to nickel steel frets, I think standard nickel steel frets are, they're decent, they work. And I've used nickel on my fret wire before and it's fine. I just really enjoy the durability of stainless steel. And you really can't tell a difference tonally between a stainless steel fret and a nickel fret. I would just say that when it comes to stainless steel, they just last the lifetime of your instrument. You never are going to have to get a fret rewire on a stainless steel fretted guitar. That being said, there is something to say about how hard stainless steel is to actually use in the shop. Now, stainless steel has always been just a material that has always been very, very resistant to stress and to force, and that's why you can make stainless steel out of pots and pans and it'll last you a lifetime. But the thing about stainless steel frets is that they need very specific tools, very specific Dremels and bits to cut stainless steel wire to the length of your neck, and that is something that you can't guarantee every guitar manufacturer to do. But I would say, just for me, it's kind of why I buy the instruments that I do. I really enjoy stainless steel. I don't want to have to spend $400 on a fret rewire. That being said, I cannot expect a Chinese-made instrument to have stainless steel. I just can't. I'm going to have to buy some kind of American-made Schecter or Ibanez to get that kind of detail to my guitar. Now, by far, one of the biggest critiques on the video was that I didn't play the guitar when I reviewed it for you guys on the internet. Now, I get that whole premise. Well, how can you judge a guitar when you haven't even played it? And to be honest, I understand where you're coming from here. When I see someone, beating up a guitar for whatever and they don't actually play the guitar for themselves, it kind of does leave a sour taste in a lot of people's mouths. But I want to kind of challenge you guys with this. When I play guitars a lot. I play a lot of different kinds of instruments. I've played guitars my entire life. I understand what a guitar should feel like and play like to be a decent instrument. There aren't a lot of guitars in the $1,500 price range that I would say, man, this guitar really blows. No, the vast majority of them, by that I mean like 98% of them, sound and feel really, really great. Now, that's coming from a guy who hasn't played 98% of the guitars in that price range, but you get the idea. If anyone has a profession or a skill set, something that they're used to, they're going to be able to make judgments based on their past experiences and their history with the discipline. As an example, my wife is a videographer. She makes videos all the time, just like me, and she can go online to shop for cameras and she can make a judgment call on the product without having to use the camera itself. And that is something that's something that you wouldn't expect to hear in a review per se, but people make judgment calls all the time on content. And it's just like, any other tool, like a power drill or whatever else, a paintball gun, who knows? People make judgment calls based on their own experiences all the time. So to simply dismiss them for having an opinion when they have been working so hard in their discipline for so long, it kind of takes away from what you can get out of it for yourself. I can make a call on a guitar and tell you that it's not going to meet the market requirements, that it's not really gonna, meet the itch that used to be scratched in this industry. And I can say a bunch of things about marketing and where guitar is going, and I can definitely come alongside that and say, hey, I've played a lot of guitars. I understand how guitars work. This guitar isn't anything special. Why would you put your money on this? That being said, I understand the critique, I get it, but I don't agree. Now let's reflect on being a dissenting view in an ocean of yeses. Yes, this guitar has gotten tons of rave reviews from everybody. And I would challenge you guys to kind of look at guitar this way. Guitar is just another business out of many in this world. And so what PRS intends to do is, when they release a new instrument, they want to get it into as many influencers as they can to promote this product. Now, as you guys know, I am not an influencer. And I don't blame any influencer who gets a guitar from PRS or gets one loaned to them from giving a good review. It's in their best interest to maintain a good relationship with PRS. But as a YouTuber and as an independent YouTuber, I kind of feel the need to kind of break down honestly with you guys about some things that I think about in the guitar world. And this PRS is just one example of many. You see a lot of things come out in the guitar market. I think in order for innovation to happen, guitarists have to innovate. And guitar in general as a business has been very stuck in this, what works, works. And that's for good reasons. Fender has been around for a long time. Gibson's been around for a long time. They've had the formula to make really great instruments. Some years have been better than others, but overall, there's not a whole lot of innovation in the guitar market. It's not like Steve Jobs is coming out with, the new IkeGuitar. It's not one of those kinds of disciplines. Guitar is very much mature to the point of there's not much you can do to make the guitar different or better. It's all going to be essentially cut from the same material and cookie cutter like natures, but it's going to have a little bit of the, artists or manufacturers' little, je ne sais quoi. Their little features that they want, they don't think they'll have on other guitars. There's a whole lot of games going on with all this, but essentially what I'm saying is that it's important for guitarists to innovate. And I'm glad PRS came out with this kind of guitar. They have in the past. And a lot of people are really going to enjoy this guitar. There are going to be exceptions, okay? I'm just giving you my personal opinion on it. And, the worship leader might enjoy this guitar. And a lot of you who have bought guitars in the comments have came back and said, hey, this guitar is awesome. You're full of it. And that's fine. You can totally disagree with me. I get it. I am just not going to buy this guitar for a lot of reasons why, but the biggest one being the price point, and I don't see the practical use of it. And that's okay. I don't expect you guys to agree with me all the time. That's totally chill. But you guys, overall, the negative comments aside, a lot of you guys have been very productive in how you've communicated with me in the comment section. I have really appreciated the actual back and forth we've had, because that's the glory of having these new things come to market. We can argue and discuss respectfully with each other, and that's way more fun than getting screamed at for hating a PRS guitar. So I'm glad I can be a dissenting review in an ocean of yeses. It's cool. I got a lot of people with a lot of answers. I got a lot of crazy people, and I got a lot of really respectful responses from you guys, and I really appreciate the discussion. The guitars are meant to be discussed, and it's really cool to see the community kind of coming together, even though I got a lot of flack for it. And that's chill. It's all good. It's all a part of the game. Guys, thank you so much for watching my video. If you liked it, please consider subscribing. I can't say I'm going to make a habit of making no videos all the time, but you know what? If something comes to market and I'm not a big fan, I'm going to let you guys know to protect you guys from ruining your paychecks. So let me know down below if you want more videos like this. If you like this content, I've got some more videos in the description. And if you want to see the actual original video of me getting screamed at in the comments, I'll link it for you right here. Guys, thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time on another episode of IkeGuitar.